There's a fine line between dreaming and creating. Manipal inspired the dreamers in us to be creators.
Hi, I'm Vijay.
Hi, I'm Rohit,
We've been students of Manipal and now we're founders of Fractalworks.
and we are here to share our success story with you.
It all began with us applying for Manipal Institute of Technology because of the unique academic streams it offers.
I wanted to take up aeronautics, and Vijay was always keen to pursue mechatronics. And Manipal was the only institute which was offering both of these courses at that time.
I just knew MIT was the only place I wanted to study at even before the admissions could begin.
Yeah, I was actually a year junior to Vijay, and at the time of the admissions, me and my father were given a 2-day tour of the campus. And we were just so amazed by the infrastructure, and the faculty was so brilliant, and I could even speak to some of the students who would be my batchmates in the future. It felt like the right choice. And my father was impressed, and he told me just one thing: we are not looking for any more colleges after this, and this is where you will study.
I think the diverse ecosystem of Manipal ensures all-round learning.
And it's not just about the courses that we chose at Manipal. There are wide varieties of clubs that are available that the student can participate in. We are talking about educational clubs, we're talking about cultural clubs, and the kind of vivid interest that it captures is just amazing.
From sports all the way to arts, automation all the way to robotics, Manipal had it all. We got to interact with industry leaders from various industries, participate in competitions with global appeal. And that gave us tremendous amount of exposure, and that is what every student really needs to shine.
The diversity and the knowledge that comes with it is contagious. The environment really helps students understand themselves better, think clearly, and basically not just be nerds. The teachers are proud of students, and they encourage us to explore our fullest potential, not just in the classroom, but also in the passion clubs. I don't think we get this sort of freedom anywhere else.
In fact, Robo Manipal is where I met Rohit for the first time. We were working on many projects in and out of the team. Our drive for innovation was in sync, and this was where the seed of Fractalworks was sown.
I think we were just in our 20s then.
As a part of Robo Manipal, we were building projects and entering into robotics competitions all around the country. We even built a robot that you could control with your minds. Everything was going great. I mean, at the time, entrepreneurship was not even in our minds. But then something happened that could be only possible in Manipal.
Yeah, so we got approached by one of our batchmates who usually participates in a lot of business plan competitions. And he thought that our product could be a very great fit to participate in the next competition that he was going to. And after that, it was just 6 months of traveling across the country, participating in competitions, winning some, losing some. And this taught us a lot. And this is when we got a lot of exposure and we learned a lot about a business plan competition and what it really was.
I think we won a lot more competitions than we lost. Way more. We got the opportunity to present at Manipal University's business plan competition in 2013. We were pretty excited to show our creation in our home college, and what do you know, we won.
And after that win, things really transformed for us. We were just two technical guys, and we had no idea about how to run a business. And that's when Manipal University stepped in, and they helped us with registering the company, supported us with some funding, and they even offered us a massive space in the innovation lab of the college. And we even put a tiny board called Headquarters there. And that's how the Fractalworks office was born.
It was amazing that we had our own company now, our own office space, and this was all while we were still studying. Up till then, all our robots were made and designed in a very crude way. But when it came time to build a product that customers would use, we had to up our game. And that is when the idea of exploring 3D printing sprung in our minds.
It took us, about 6 months to build the product. And we got a lot of encouragement during the time from the faculty. And these are the people who knew us from our journey from Robo Manipal days. And no matter how big the project was or how small the project was, we had the same support throughout. And most importantly, they understood the future and the applications of 3D printing back then.
The best part was Manipal was encouraging us to be a startup even before startups became a thing. I mean, this was something that was not there in people's minds. My parents did not have any understanding of what I was doing.
When large corporates would come to Manipal for placements, our faculty would always make sure that they go through our labs. And they would tell them proudly, look at our companies and what they're creating. And they would never introduce us as students, but always as Fractalworks. And that really made us feel great.
After seeing our 3D printers function, these large corporates that would come visit us would be so impressed that they would want to buy our machines. And our first sales actually came from the same corporations that would come visit us. And right off the bat, we were selling to corporations like L&T, Toshiba. And that really gave us the confidence that if we're good enough to sell to these people, we were good enough to sell to the world.
We were still studying in Manipal at this point. Our teachers were extremely supportive and they were understanding. And they helped us with our extra classes and ensured that we did really well while we still worked in the startup.
By the time I graduated, we were prepared to take Fractal out of incubation. Manipal Group and RN Capital was still mentoring us. And so it was just not Manipal, but also their investment wing supporting us. Later that year, we received our first round of investment with their help from a large distribution company from Mumbai. So we moved to Bangalore and set up our office here. We're happy to show you what we've built with our education from Manipal. Let's take a tour of our workplace.
This is our manufacturing facility where we produce all our products. This is Julia Pro, one of our biggest products yet. We have our products placed across every part of the country. And there are about 500,000 parts made using just our machines in India.
To give you an idea how revolutionary 3D printing can be for healthcare, we can feed 3D scan data into the printer and the output can actually help doctors in their research and practice surgery before even touching the patient.
The future looks good for us. We are amazed at how 3D printing can impact and enhance diverse sectors. It's a game changer.
There is complete geometric freedom. The applications of 3D printing are endless. And we understood the gravity of this while in Manipal. And we keep trying to inspire our juniors to do better.
We invite Robo Manipal team to our office every year. And most of them even intern with us. And they feel right at home when they're working here. And it makes us really happy to see every student of Manipal is already aware of these ideas. It's like a true powerhouse of innovative ideas.
We have great regards to Manipal and hence have a Manipal first hiring policy. I mean, even our first employee was my own classmate. And people from Manipal make great teammates.
Even though we have graduated from Manipal, like every nurturing parent, they always ensure that they support us and mentor us and connect us to impactful sources. And this happens with Manipal Entrepreneurial Summit every year.
Everyone associated with Manipal looks out for one another in the real world. And that is the kind of culture that Manipal has given us. And we are very proud to introduce ourselves as Manipal students.
We are a startup born out of Manipal. Make your life a success story like we did. Don't just dream, create. Don't just learn, experience.
And to experience education, there is no better place than Manipal.
Experience education.